Alright guys, today we're doing exponent review, and we're going to kind of review everything we've already learned. We're not adding any new exponent rules, because I can easily see from your last two assignments that we are confused. We are confused, okay? So, let's not be confused, and let's go over these again, okay? So, a hint of your rules. This little thing, I know it's going to sound dumb, but it's going to help you remember the rules, and it's called Pac-Man. So, we're going to put a P and then the word man. Pac-Man DS. Okay? Pac-Man DS. Sounds dumb, I know. It's corny. But it's going to help you remember the rules, and here's why. Okay? When you have a power of a power, or when you have an exponent on top of the parentheses, you multiply your exponents. Okay? So, power of a power. You multiply the exponents. Remember, we treat those coefficients the same. When we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So when you're multiplying, you add your exponents. Okay? And when we add or subtract, we do nothing to the exponents. So when we add or subtract, we do nothing with the exponent. Okay? And then when we divide, we subtract our exponents. So when we divide, we subtract our exponents. Okay? So that's this little rule thing that it'll help you out, okay? Power, power, we multiply them. When we're multiplying, we add them. When we add or subtract, we do nothing. And then when we divide, we subtract our exponents. Okay? So, that's a little hint. We'll come back to it, okay? So, write this example down. 3ab to the third power, and then all of that to the second power squared. Okay? Alright, first things first, if something doesn't have an exponent on it, let's go ahead and put a 1 on it, because a lot of y'all are making that mistake. So this a doesn't have an exponent on it, I'm going to go ahead and put a little 1 on it right there. Okay? Going to put a 1 on it. Okay? So, this is power of a power. I have the parentheses, right? Which means, power of power, I multiply my exponents. So I know I'm going to multiply my exponents, right? But what a lot of y'all are doing is you're doing 3 times 2. No. You still have to treat the big numbers like normal. Do 3 squared. So you can do 3 squared in your calculator or in your head. That's 9. And then I write my A. 2 times 1 is 2. And then 2 times 3, I'll put my B here, is 2 times 3 is 6. And that's my answer. Okay? That's it. Alright, so that's what you have to do there. Okay? Now, you don't have to write this, but I want to show you what you're doing wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. This is the exact same problem. Here are the biggest mistakes I'm seeing. Number 1, you're doing 2 times 3 and you're getting 6. Okay? A lot of y'all are doing that. Since this doesn't have an exponent on it, you're just rewriting it. And then you'll go ahead and multiply the 3 and the 2 and you'll get 6. So a lot of you are doing this. Okay? So let's break this down. What's wrong with this is you have to treat the big numbers like normal. You're multiplying the exponents, but this is not an exponent. You have to do 3 squared in your calculator to get a number. If there isn't an exponent, you have to make sure you add that 1 there and then multiply them. Okay? But this is what I'm getting from a lot of you, and that's wrong. Alright? So, let's look at another one. Go ahead and pause, write down. Now that dot means multiply. Okay? And remember, when we multiply, we add our exponents. We're going to add the exponents together. Okay? So we're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply these numbers. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Okay? Now here's where we get into some trouble. I see some letters without exponents. So go ahead and automatically put 1s on them. Just go ahead and get in that habit of automatically putting 1s on them. Okay? Remember, when we multiply, we add our exponents. So I'm going to put an A here. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay? So I'm going to put a B here. 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay? And that is it. Good job. That's good. Okay? Now you don't have to write this next thing, but I need you to look at it. Here's the exact same problem, and here's what you guys are doing wrong. Here are the mistakes that you are making. Okay? Some of y'all, you're not multiplying this. You're not doing 2 times -3. You're adding it. You'll do 2 plus -3, and you'd put a -1 here. That's wrong. Don't do that. Okay? Another thing you're doing wrong is you're not adding your ones. So you'll just do 2 plus nothing is 2. And 4 plus nothing is 4. Okay? Very, very, very wrong. Make sure you add those ones there. Make sure you treat the big numbers like normal, your coefficients, and multiply them. And then add your exponents. Okay? So, here's another example. I do want you to write it down. Pause, write it down as you need to. Okay, when I'm dividing, I subtract my exponents. So, Pac-Man DS. When I'm dividing, I subtract. Okay? So, I see a letter here without a number, so I'm going to go ahead and put that little 1 there. I'm going to subtract. So, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Remember, we treat the big numbers like normal. Then 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Now, you could put the 1 there, but I'm not going to. But you could if you wanted to. Okay? And then 8, what I saw some of y'all doing is you do 8 minus 1 and you get 7. But this is an N and this is an M. They are different letters. 8 minus nothing is just 8. And that's your answer. Okay? Pretty simple. Don't write this down, but this is what you're doing wrong. Okay? A big thing that a lot of y'all are doing is you're doing, since you minus the exponents, you're trying to subtract these numbers. So you're doing 10 divided by 2, and you'll put 8, because you're actually just subtracting them. Okay? 2 things that I saw y'all doing wrong on this. Number 1 is that you were trying to divide your exponents. So, I mean, just don't do that. Okay? And then 2 is you're just not subtracting from the same letter. So just make sure that you're subtracting the M's together and that you're subtracting the N's together. Okay? So, don't do that. Bad, bad, bad. Alright. Pause, write it down. 6a squared minus 2a plus 3a squared. When you're adding or subtracting, you do nothing to the exponent. Okay? And remember, you can only combine what looks alike. This is an a squared. Are there any other a squareds? Yeah, it's right here, right? So 6 plus 3 is 9, and then you write a squared. You do not do 2 plus 2 is 4, like you do nothing with the exponent, okay? And then you have this minus 2a here. There's no other a's, so you just write minus 2a. And that's it. Okay, and I'm not going to go to the other thing to just show you. Here are the biggest mistakes you're making with this stuff, okay? Number 1, you're trying to add your exponents together, but don't do that. If you're adding or subtracting, you don't add them together. And number 2, a lot of y'all got this far, but then you take it a step further, and you would do 9 minus 2, and you'd get 7a squared. Okay? Do not do that. This is a squared, this is a. It's different. You cannot combine them. That is just it. Okay? Alright, that's pretty much it. On your assignment for today, you're going to have a couple questions. Like, you'll have a couple questions, and then you'll see a line. And it'll say stop. When you get to that line, you need to bring your paper to me. I'm going to check them. You're going to have to fix the ones that are wrong, and then you can continue. Because I don't want you turning in an assignment where everything's wrong. Okay, we got to get it straight today. Alright, that's all you have. Get working.